And I told you that Jada was addicted to. So how Jada would watch at the houses, she had her laptop, she would stick her hard drive in, right? Boom, and hook it up to the TV.
Being around Will for 38 years and Jada for almost 3 decades, I saw a lot of things that I believe to be criminal.
If you expect to be with somebody forever, it's like, let's get real with it from the gate, you know?
Will Smith has just come forward with a revelation that almost no one saw coming. After years of nonstop rumors about infidelity and messy behavior, it appears that consequences may finally be catching up with Jada. She is now facing a federal probe tied to alleged criminal activity, along with a $3 million lawsuit connected to claims that she threatened someone's life. This time, it doesn't look like she can simply walk away unscathed. In this video, we're unpacking the full history of Jada's controversies and laying out exactly who is now stepping forward against her.
You've opened up and talked about back in your early days when you were younger. You said that you were a drug dealer, and you said you just decided that this one little piece was important to share.
A bad one at that.
You weren't even a good drug dealer?
I wasn't a good one.
Oh, no. But you said it was finally time to share. So why was now the time?
Well, I felt like there had been, and still is, a lot of missing pieces to my relationship with Tupac, and I know that there's a lot of intrigue around it.
In many ways, Jada has been telling on herself for a very long time. From alleged drug dealing in her early years to repeated affairs during her marriage to Will, and now accusations involving threats, her past is anything but quiet. She has repeatedly put Will in embarrassing situations in front of the public, and her memoir Worthy only made things worse. In 2023, Jada released what she described as a completely unfiltered book, where she openly admitted to cheating on Will multiple times. When Will confronted her about it during an episode of Red Table Talk, she shocked viewers by turning it around and blaming him for her own actions.
Jada Pinkett Smith brought herself to the red table, and surprisingly, her husband Will Smith joined her. They talked about pain, healing, and yes, Jada's entanglement with August Alsina.
It's all love.
Recently, Alsina revealed to the world that he was involved in a relationship with Jada while she was still married. And even though statements were released denying the affair, Pinkett Smith is now reluctantly confirming that the relationship did indeed exist.
It's a situation that I considered private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
During the 12-minute Red Table Talk episode, Jada sat down with Will to explain how she met August 4.5 years ago. But the friendship didn't turn into something more until she and Will were ready to call it quits.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
Yes, we know entanglement is vague as hell, but thankfully, Will pressed her to be more clear.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
We also got clarity on the misconception that Will gave August permission to sleep with his wife.
The only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably. Yeah. And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker.
Now, if you're like us, you're probably wondering why August? Well, we'll let Jada explain it.
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Eventually, August broke things off and they haven't really talked since. And the Smiths claim they are now stronger than ever.
We ride together.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
This is where the story takes another strange turn. For years, people assumed Will and Jada were in an open marriage, but both of them have since said that wasn't true. According to what's been shared, Jada was the only one seeing other people. She described their relationship as a transparent marriage, meaning she wasn't exactly permitted to cheat, yet she would still inform Will whenever she did. If that sounds confusing, you're not alone.
Everybody talks about you all the time.
Right.
You know, just lots of rumors and tabloids and all of that. And you were very careful in the book not in a whiny way or whatever. Let me clarify this.
Right.
Let me clarify these things that have been said. And one of the things that you are careful to clarify is it was never an open relationship.
Thank you. I'm glad. Yes, it was.
It was a transparent. You say it's a transparent relationship. And what do you mean by that?
So transparent meaning, look, I wasn't gonna fool myself into thinking that we as 20-some-year-olds, babies, mind you, getting married and living in Tinseltown, spending a lot of time apart, okay, that we weren't going to run into temptation situations.
You're young, beautiful, rich, temptation. Right. You're apart a lot. Temptation is raining down.
Right, exactly, right? And I'm like, hey, we got to be in partnership with this. Like, I wanted to face it head on and just go, I didn't want to create a culture of deceit or betrayal between us. And I just wanted to be real about it from the gate. I had seen so much just with, I knew what street fame brought dudes, okay? I knew what street fame brought, and I'm like, if street fame does that, I can only imagine what global fame does. And from me, my own experience walking into rooms, all eyes on me, and how intoxicating that was as a young woman. You know what I mean? It's like I had been there and done that, you know, in regards to my earlier years before I met Will. But I just knew that I just wasn't going to set myself up that way. But it was never an open marriage, you know, and like either one of us get to do whatever we want to do. That was never the case.
As you say in the book, it's about eliminating the possibility of betrayal.
Yeah.
If something happens or you want it to happen, talk about it.
Absolutely.
Which is the healthiest way to go.
Listen.
Because it happens to everybody.
Listen, if you expect to be with somebody forever, it's like, let's get real with it from the gate, you know?
Honestly, a traditional open marriage might have been easier to understand than whatever this situation turned out to be. Once Jada started speaking publicly about it, social media had a field day mocking both her and Will. One person commented, "They both do my head in, constantly gaslighting the public into thinking their shared humiliation and betrayal isn't exactly that. What an exhausting family." The truth is, people in Hollywood were already aware of how their relationship worked and who they were involved with. But things get even more disturbing when you look inside their household. Men were reportedly coming and going regularly, creating an environment many believe was inappropriate for children. This is partly why rumors circulated that Jaden and Willow wanted to become emancipated. To shed light on what was really happening in the Smith home, Will's longtime friend Bilal Smith later spoke publicly about what he witnessed.
You know, about the sexual things they were doing allegedly to certain people and all that. And I told you that Jada was addicted to. So how Jada would watch at the houses, she had her laptop, she would stick her hard drive in, right? Boom, and hook it up to the TV, and she could play whatever video she watching. So now, I'm seeing videos of her and Will and a bunch of some celebrities, everything. Because remember, the last interview I told you, if you don't sue me, I'm gonna let people know who you've been hitting with them dildos. I don't know if you remember that, but I remember. Your wino's gonna remember it. And I said, if you don't sue, I'm gonna sue. So I told you, being Muslim, whatever I say I'm gonna do, that's what I'm gonna do, period. And I gotta have evidence. So we not playing. That's why they didn't sue. So back to these discs with all these, this homemade was on it or what.
Yes, you heard that correctly. Bilal claimed that adult videos were being played openly in the home while Jaden and Willow were present. Looking back, many now believe the warning signs were there for years. Jaden often appeared visibly uncomfortable around Will, and that discomfort is believed to be one of the reasons he eventually stepped away from the entertainment world altogether.
So there's a what you would call it, there's a distance in terms of affection showing between the general and his son.
Absolutely.
Is it like that at home or no?
Nah,
We're very affectionate.
But have you ever
We're very affectionate.
he tried to kiss me in the
have you ever kissed your son on Thai television before?
You're not looking kiss
Can you
my
kiss your
son.
son on Thai
I
television?
can kiss my son. Jaden, come on.
Are you okay?
God, this is ridiculous.
Yes. What are you saving for? I'm gonna buy my parents' house. You're gonna buy your parents' house from them? From them, yes. Okay. Will they then stay there with you? No, I'm gonna give them a little apartment. Will that be like in the backyard, or where will the apartment be?
Bilal didn't stop with those claims. He also alleged that while Jada was publicly humiliating Will on television, Will himself was secretly involved with other men. One name that surfaced was Briar Gray from Empire, who later began working as an adult entertainer. Will had publicly stated that he planned to mentor Briar, but few imagined that mentorship meant something far more personal.
Great, I'm watching him, he's with my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo, so Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love, and all he has to do is add discipline, and he gonna be all right.
It's like Uncle Will, who is best to give you advice, and it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice. I got my first acting role, Empire, and it's changing my life, and it's like I'm listening from the greatest, and it's like making me well prepared to work with Taraji and Terrence Howard,
Put out an interview with Will Smith grabbing Alfonso Rivera, squeezing his nipple and trying to put his finger in his. Jada responded to the first global interview that I did with you.
That was a global interview.
Yes, it went all over.
It was
the
in
world.
Arabic. I saw it.
Yeah, it's India, everywhere. I talked for 2 hours.
Okay.
And I said some pretty, what some people may think to be outrageous things, but I knew them to be true and had the evidence to show that it was true. That's when Jada responded out of anger, not out of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because for her to be a global iconic superstar, you rushed to the Breakfast Club to say, number one, that, I extorted you. There was a money shakedown. You said you didn't have all the facts. So that puts you in legal jeopardy right now. You said all the facts will come out. None of the facts came out. Now you, Will, and yourself are in legal jeopardy. Her lawyer sends me a cease and desist letter, which I had to report him to the bar, Kenneth B. Hurt, because he said I never knew Will, that I never worked for Will, and that he said he represented Willard Carroll Smith, which is Will's real name, but he was asking me to take down statements from Jada. So that's what we call in law overreaching. You cannot, if you're saying you represent Will, you can't compel me to do something against Jada. Okay. Right? So I already knew that I had him legally. So I said, okay, I got y'all. Now, once that happened, there was another interview, of course, when she came outside and reiterated that she was suing, right? And there was another interview with TMZ just after that where one of the cameramen asked Jada, hey, Jada, have you seen Will with any men before? And her answer was no. So now that's a lie too, because I put out an interview with Will Smith grabbing Alfonso Rivera, squeezing his nipple and trying to put his finger in his. After that, they reached out to me through many people, one being Charles Austin, aka Charlie Mack, the federal informant. He reached out to me through a friend. From my understanding, allegedly it was Will and Charlie.
According to Bilal, everything eventually came out. When Jada learned about his interview, she was reportedly enraged. She went on The Breakfast Club, called Bilal a liar, and announced that she intended to sue him for. But here's what raised eyebrows. The interview Bilal gave was never hit with a cease and desist, and no defamation lawsuit ever followed. So why didn't Jada move forward legally like she claimed? Bilal himself later explained the reason.
Jada said she was going to sue you. Did she sue you? And why are you suing her? Can you elaborate there?
So, well, yes, Jada went on several platforms, The Breakfast Club, TMZ, saying that she was going to sue me and so forth, and so on. Will was going to sue me, and the answer is no, because you can't sue somebody for telling the truth, right? That's number one. Then number two is that I said in an interview, if she didn't sue me, I was going to sue her, and I dared her to sue me because, like I said, being around Will for 38 years and Jada for almost 3 decades, I saw a lot of things that I believe to be criminal within that time. So at the end of the day, if you want to say you're going to sue or whatever, now's your chance. You could just countersue, right? But she hasn't done nothing yet. The only thing she's done was allegedly pay all these people like Megyn Kelly, the TMZs, and all these people to put smear campaigns out on it, right? Megyn Kelly's called me a glamour. I never knew Will. Well, how I never know Will? And we got, I'm on his, he just shot me out on his first album and all the way to his book, Will, his autobiography, where he talks about me in the book, put my picture in the book, and put my name in the book. So it's no denying that. And if you pay a little bit more, you'll see how repugnant and diabolical Megyn Kelly is for some money.
While Jada may have backed away from her legal threats, Bilal certainly didn't. Being publicly labeled a liar has serious consequences. Bilal is now suing Jada for $3 million, accusing her of defamation and false statements. This means Jada will have to prove in court that Bilal made everything up. And if Bilal produces even a single videotape he referenced, the fallout could be devastating for both Will and Jada.
I thought the Will and Jada sagas and entanglements and drama was out of the mainstream.
Bro,
here we are again.
It's back. Now, a man by the name of Bilal Salam alleges that Jada and her entourage basically rolled up on him at a birthday party in 2021. He said he was very close friends with Will for decades. But Jada and about 7 other people confronted him at Will's 53rd birthday party. And he claims that she became very aggressive. She told him that if he didn't stop telling her personal business, that he would end up missing or catch a bullet. That's what he's saying. He also claims that Jada was demanding that he sign like a non-disclosure agreement. And he said months later, they actually needed his help. He claims that, after Will's infamous Oscar slap, they were trying to use him to help him with crisis management. But according to the lawsuit, it says the plaintiff refused to perform tasks he believed to be illegal, unethical, or morally compromising. And he's basically saying that he didn't want to be involved in any cover-up or deceptive PR campaigns. And now he feels like they're retaliating against him, and he's suing her for $3 million.
So the threat was regarding what exactly? Rewind that for me.
So the threat was, stop telling my personal business. And he's claiming that she said, or end up missing or catch a bullet, according to him. That's what he's saying. Got
it. And he was working with the family.
That's what it sounds like, because he says he was very close to Will for years. And at one point they needed him. So, but he refused to cooperate with, stuff that he felt was illegal.
Perhaps the most disturbing part of this entire situation is what Jada was allegedly willing to do to keep Bilal quiet. Knowing she may not win in court, she reportedly resorted to threats and sent people to pressure him into silence.
Things cheap, so he'd drive me around, run errands, do everything that I need to do. Kind of like an assistant, right? So we're pulling up to my apartment in Columbia. And when I pull up to my apartment in Columbia, there are a bunch of guys with two guys with black pants and white shirts, Scientologist outfits, right? Not saying they're Scientologists, who knows, right? And then there was another guy who I found out to be a private investigator, and they were by my house. So I told him to drive past, right? So he drove past, he parked. And I'm like, damn, why they in front of my house? But the crazy thing before that, somebody sent a picture of the front of my door in my apartment and texted to me from a number, right? With nothing. So I put two to two together. I'm like, damn, they might be out to get me, right? So we're driving one afternoon, and while we're driving through that afternoon, a car pulled up with a guy with a mask on, right? And tries to run my boy off the road. So he's trying to not run, because in Colombia, you have a lot of freeway parts, but you also have a part like there's no barriers. So you could, somebody make a wrong turn, you down there.
Because it's mountain.
Yeah, so the car is, so my assistant trying to hitting the other car so we don't go on a barrier. So the guy put the gas on, boom, right? One of the people that I saw, even with the mask, I'm able to see, it was one of the people that was at my apartment. So we rolled down the embankment, right? Glass breaking, everything. Like I could hear oh man, it was bad, right? So by the time I get myself together, I look over, my man got a big piece of glass like this stuck in his head, right? It's about this long, because the windshield broke when we was tumbling down. So finally the police came, the ambulance came, they took me to the doctor. So now my back is messed up, I gotta have black surgery, and then my knee. I have to have knee surgery, yeah. So
How is the driver?
How is he? He still got brain damage. He still got brain, I'm responsible for this guy now. He still has brain damage.
What's striking is how all of this is unfolding at the same time Diddy is being sent to prison. Will and Jada were reportedly connected to Diddy back in the early 2000s, yet even he supposedly wanted nothing to do with Jada. Allegedly, Will and Jada tried to convince Jennifer Lopez, who was dating Diddy at the time, to participate in a threesome. That moment is said to be when Diddy decided to distance himself. Imagine being so extreme that even Diddy draws the line.
A birthday party that I think either Matt Damien was giving for Ben Affleck. It was just a little gathering. It was at the Four Seasons. Will Smith and his sister and her husband, we were all sitting on this side of the room. Matt Damien, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Puff, Will Smith, and Jada, and it was sitting on the other side of the room. So I know Puff so well that he stood up. When he stood up, he walked and did his own some kind of way, and then he went like this, like that. I went over towards him. I know to go over there towards him. So I go over towards him, and he said to me, he said, yo, I think Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer. I want you to stay close, because I'm a snuffer. I said to myself, Will Smith gonna beat the shit out you. Now, Puff to scrap now, but I don't think he could beat Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Well, he can scrap. You know what I'm saying? So then he said that shit. So I didn't go back over there where Will Smith's sister and her husband was. I stayed about, if he snuffed Will, I could move slow enough that Will could probably get 2 or 3 punches back in. Yeah, but that's funny. He thought that Jada and Will was coming on too strong to Jennifer, making advance.
There are also whispers that Will appears on one of the tapes Diddy recorded, which lines up with what Bilal has been saying all along. Much like Diddy, Will and Jada allegedly documented their private encounters on video.
You heard about this sex tape that's being shopped around, a Diddy and another male? They say the other male is an A-list celebrity.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, there's only one that I could come up with. And there's a few I can come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy, that's black? That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you know, you got to realize he ran with that black, that Rat Pack. And I don't want to even say their names, because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner? What's the other guy? Leonardo? Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot. There's some other tapes out there, other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So it's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they really true. Because if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro.
With lawsuits piling up, alleged threats, hidden recordings, and federal scrutiny closing in, the carefully crafted image Will and Jada protected for decades is starting to fall apart. What once seemed like a chaotic celebrity marriage is now being reconsidered as something much darker, involving real harm, real accountability, and serious legal consequences. Share your thoughts in the comments, hit like if this breakdown gave you a new perspective, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. If this breakdown opened your eyes, leave your thoughts in the comments and hit like to support the work. Subscribe to Jacob Reports so you don't miss the next story, because more real details and deeper exposes are coming very soon.